Well, good evening, and welcome to Sweet Blessings, the Anna L. Brothers show and podcast. Thank you all for joining me this evening. Just a few things on housekeeping. My Facebook friends, you can support me by sending stars, and remember what I told you, those stars help me earn money to make more content. So I just wanted, because sometimes I forget, so I just wanted to start off like that. So if you don't know who I am Anna. I am a retired school teacher. I am a health coach. I am an educational consultant. I am a jewelry consultant, and I am also a certified cake decorator. And my podcast, Sweet Blessing, is here to inspire, encourage, and empower you to live a healthier lifestyle. And so, since the beginning of the year, I have been talking about self care because self care basically is all about living a healthier lifestyle. So we talked about setting goals, all those type of things. And so the month of April, I was kind of concentrating on eating properly and eating healthier. And so tonight we have a special guest, and she is going to talk to you about a lot of things, y'all. You got to come and uh, uh, hear those, listen to those things that she's going to be talking about. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to remind you that on the platforms that I'm on, so if you would like to support me, you can as well. So let me get off of this real quick. I don't know where I am with this one. So I want to take that off. But you can support me on these platforms as well. I'm on Instagram. This is my Instagram page, as well as this is my bit. I have a bit. This is my website, and you can go to the website in case you want to be a sponsor or a guest on the program, or whatever, or you want to set up a conference call with me. You can go here and do that as well. This is my YouTube channel, so please go there and support me on my YouTube. And I also have, this is my Facebook page here. If you need to contact me, you can contact me with that bit, or you can contact me at lustings1@gmail.com. And just a reminder for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going live there right now as we speak. So make sure you do that. So next thing that we are going to do is we're going to take a break. I am going to do a commercial. And once I come back, I am going to introduce you to our special guest. Hold on for just one moment.
CTR Media Network is now accepting new podcasters to join our growing network that's reaching 350 million global listeners. Have you heard? CTR Media Network offers podcast production, podcast training, distribution, and product placement. Book us for your next event or schedule an interview with CTR Media Network podcasters today. To learn more, go to ctrmedianetwork.com.
Well, I am back and with without further ado, let me tell you a little bit about how I met uh, Janice. She was my health coach, or she still is my health coach, really. And so what she did, she has lots of information, you all. She really got me turned around so I could tweak it and kind of maintain, because that was I was having a hard time. I would go up, down, up, down, up, down, and along the way, I learned uh, really and truly, quite a bit about myself, because she doesn't just work with your weight loss, but she works with this up here as well. So, with that being said, I am going to bring to the forefront Miss Janice here. Hello, hello, how are you? And welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you, Anna. I'm so excited. So excited that I'm on here. I'm a little nasally today, still getting, acquainted, but thank you so very much, Anna.
Oh, you are so, so welcome. I've been trying to get you on for quite some time.
I
So
know.
don't worry about the nasal, because, it is I hate to say it, allergy season, and so
Hmm.
I suffer from it as well. I take medication, for it. I'm really supposed to take it twice a day, but I don't like taking medicine, so I only
Hmm.
take it once a day. And if I really feel something coming on, then I'll do it. I'll go ahead and take the other.
Right.
But before, just to get us going on, the first question, I told you beforehand, I'm going to ask you a few questions. So just to get the audience kind of into um, how you became a holistic weight loss coach, can you tell them a little bit of your history?
Yes, sure. Um, Thank you so much again, Anna. So, how I became a holistic weight loss coach. It really was kind of a process. It didn't happen like right at the beginning. And that's because I had a lot of things that I had to learn before going holistic, right? So I started off as with, first of all, let me introduce a little bit about myself. I'm a wife. I'm a mom of three girls. I am also a former bilingual classroom teacher. I actually was for 10 years and I resigned right at the onset of COVID. Um, so, yes, I do a lot of that. I have different careers. I also have a bachelor's in business management and finance before starting teaching. So, I have a lot of different experiences. But at the beginning of my teaching career, I started having a lot of health struggles because of the stress that was compounded with that change in career choice. So, prior to teaching, I never struggled with any health issues. I was always very health conscious. I did work at it, but that all started not even with myself as motivation. It all started with my grandma, who I saw from very early on. She had a lot of different health issues, everything from diabetes, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, um, like a lot of different things. And she was on all sorts of medications. She raised me from when I was a newborn up until
Hmm.
12 years old. And she was from the Caribbean. She didn't know a lot of English. So I literally like went with her. I translated things for her. And I saw all of these sicknesses and illnesses take her life really slowly. I
Hmm.
nursed her as young as I was. So that really made a huge impression on me. Um, but even before I knew, that was really my inspiration on why I didn't want to go the same route that she did, and a lot of other people that I saw around me. I didn't want to go that route. So when I began my teaching career, at that time I was very health conscious because of all of that I had seen. And I was exercising. I wasn't eating, the junk foods that teenagers eat here in the United States. I was trying to do a little bit better than everything I was seeing around me.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of my mind, I had made a promise to myself when I was younger with my grandma that I would never allow myself to get to where she was.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened, it was crazy because once I started teaching and my health started going downhill, that was actually happening. And what really um what really like opened up my eyes was the reminder of that promise that I made to myself and how I had allowed myself to get there. So it really took about 4 years, I would say, when I started teaching.
Mm-hmm.
Slowly, I would start adding on about 10 pounds a year. So it would be maybe 2 pounds a month, and total it would be about 10 pounds a year. So at the end of the fourth and fifth year, I was 60 pounds overweight. And that was just the physical part. I had a lot of other things that wasn't just the weight that was compounded on top of that. So that was, depressive mood swings that I had struggled with from childhood. They came up again. I had anxiety that started from the teaching. um I always struggled with anemia since I was, an adolescent. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Constipation. I had everything, like a lot of different things, that it really wasn't only about the weight. So I started, I went on my, I would say, I went into research mode, because earlier, a few months earlier than that, my doctor had diagnosed me with prediabetes, and I was not going to go the route of medication. I wasn't going to go that whole way. So I went into research mode. I've always been a researcher since I was a very young girl. And I had to do something to not go the way that everybody else went, which was on medications and antidepressants and all of that. So, really, that is all what started me learning on my own about how I could turn my health around and not just the weight come off by itself, but then have all these other symptoms on the back end because it wasn't just about the weight. So that really was me going through those health struggles, going through the non-traditional way of getting healthy, doing a lot of that own research, implementing everything I was learning, um, and then learning about, you know, once you get to the root of the issues, um, that's when you're also going to get weight loss as a side benefit. You're not just going to focus on the symptom of weight loss because that's what it is. It's a symptom. You want to get to the root of what's causing everything, and you're going to get the benefits of everything. So that's really, it took me about a year or two to get to the holistic side where I decided I'm not just going to be a weight loss coach. I'm going to be a holistic nutrition weight loss coach as well, because nutrition is also the big key. It's 80% of the whole picture, along with mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Jatora.
Yes, I wanted to let you know that you had a few comments on here uh, um, as well. So that was what pulled you into, you started out with yourself, self-care
Yes,
first.
myself.
And then it came to a point, I guess, where um, you wanted to help others. Okay.
Yes.
So,
It was myself first and my family, because that was at the end of the day what I
mhm,
knew. If I didn't get them on board, they were going the same route. So it had to start at home first.
mhm, mhm. Okay. So they said, I love you. I love that you said that about getting to the root of the symptoms and not just working on the weight loss. Okay. And
Yes.
which is great because, as before you came on, I told them that you were my health coach, which you still are, and how you helped me with the mindset, as well as I learned something. you really never get too old to learn things. And I learned a lot about myself,
Mm-hmm.
and that was, and that's a great thing. And that's
Yes.
one of the main reasons why I do this. David is saying, "Hi, Janice. So proud of you. God bless you. Keep up the good work, and I'll be listening." Okay.
Aw,
So
that's
I
beautiful.
just want to let you know that your fan club
Oh my goodness, guys.
is
Aw,
responding.
yes.
Okay, so I'm going to, I guess, I break for another commercial, a little short little commercial, and I'm still working on what I told you I was working on
Okay.
before. Hopefully, by the end of the program, we'll be able to kind of enjoy it a little bit. But
Aw,
I always explain to people that I'm new at this, I'm learning, and that you all just come on and just learn with me. Okay.
right. Yep.
I'm going to make mistakes. I don't care if I've been doing it for 50 years. I'm still probably going to make some mistakes. So, all right,
Yep.
I'll be right back.
The Homeschooling Interactive Magazine is a magazine that embraces and celebrates the entire homeschooling experience. Our magazine is different from all the rest because we provide beneficial information and assistance in homeschooling, business, wellness, mental health, resources, and life. We encourage you to pick up a copy of our magazine today on Amazon.com by simply searching the Homeschooling Interactive Magazine. The Homeschooling Interactive Magazine is all about impacting the world through home-based learning, helping to de-stress the homeschooling experience. Get your copy from Amazon today.
You got
It comes right back.
it.
They catch me all the time. All right. So the next question I kind of want to ask is, I know that you offer many programs to help your clients, and I'm kind of proud, y'all, because one of her programs. I think I was the first
Yes.
one to do this program, but I'm going to tell you that that program was well worthwhile. I have lost, approximately 40 pounds. I've gained a few back, but I kind of still maintain because you're gonna gain a little bit. But
Right.
I've been able to kind of maintain, and that's basically uh, what I needed to do. And she is really rough, y'all. Some of those times I just did not want to be by. I still
Right.
struggle, and I tell people I still struggle. There are still some things that I still struggle with, but at least I'm realistic about it,
Right.
and so that's basically it. So, kind of tell us a little bit about some of the programs that you kind of offer to your clients.
Okay, sure. Yes. So, as you mentioned, I do have several different program services, and that has all come from just learning myself, having the experience, going through a lot of mistakes, trials and errors. That's where most of those things were born from. Which is really, when we think about it, we usually don't see our struggles as anything but struggles, but they're actually blessings in disguise. So
Hmm.
that's another topic. But yes, some of those are the one that you took with me. That was actually the first time I launched that program, and that was a 6 month. At that time, it was a 6 month. What did I call it back then? Because it has evolved. It was 6 month. It really teaches you all of the foundations.
Hmm.
Everything from, it's mostly nutrition based with a little bit of exercise sprinkled in at towards the very end. But it teaches you mindset, strategies, skills, a lot of the habits, the meal planning, right? Because that's one of the things that I teach is really, really important and has made a difference for me and the clients, my clients as well. Meal planning, meal prepping, different skills like modifying recipes. That's something that I had to learn myself as well, because a lot of times we go out there, we buy the rest or not buy the recipes, we find the recipes, but most of the time there's not clean ingredients in there. So we have to find how to make it work for us and the goals that we have. So it really taught that program really taught a lot of the little detailed lifestyle habits, skills, the routines that we have to have in place. But you had the time there with me as your coach to coach you through it and master it, which is what really takes a greater period of time. So that's why at that point I had it for 6 months, because research proves that to master a habit, it's not 21 days as is mentioned, it's actually a little over 21 weeks. And when you compound that, it's about 6 months of time. Now I have shortened it about 3 months.
Oh, okay.
So yes, so I've condensed it down a lot more based on your feedback since you were the first one. Um, and that's still there. It's more of a one-to-one type program, because I have intense, coaching with each individual person. So that's one. Um, Another one, which is really, really amazing, because everything that I've learned up to this point, which has taken me 6 years now, my own, on my, with my own research and time, it is includes everything in this. It's a group coaching program.
Mm-hmm.
It includes everything in there, and it includes nutrition, a nutrition plan that's personalized to you specifically, to each person, their goals, their needs. It teaches you how to plan your meals, and it also has done for you meals as well. It has both things. It has two different nutrition plans that are also taught by certified nutritionists, dietitians. So you have their help as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it has the nutrition part, it has the fitness parts as well, and everything is done at home, but you have a support community, right? And you have my ongoing coaching. And one of the biggest things that was just introduced now is mindset.
Mm-hmm.
So, personal development and mindset. So, all of those things are compounded into this one. It's a system and a program that I started using myself just December 2021. So, I
Mm-hmm.
went through it myself. I've gotten amazing, amazing results that I wish I would have had this system from the very beginning, because it would have saved me so much stress, overwhelm. It's compounded into one, and this program is really what I spend a lot of my time with clients, because we work as a group together. And it's really, really impactful because you have every single thing in there. You don't have to search around for different things, and it's very professional. It's step by step. It teaches you everything. I am there to coach you along with it, and like everyone needs this in their life, really. It's a healthy lifestyle program and a transformation community. So it's amazing. So that's what this program is. And I have a few others, but I'll just leave it at that because I don't want to extend too much on your time.
Oh no, no, you're not doing that. This a this. Wait a minute. Let me get this apple out. I don't know. Wait. Okay, we're back.
Okay.
I don't know what I do. I'm always doing something.
Oh, don't worry.
Every
This is your show, Anna.
I don't know. I don't know what I do. I'm still echoing. Do you
Oh,
hear it?
no, I hear you good.
Oh, well, this just must be on my end. Okay. All right. Oh, that's weird. Uh, I don't know. Okay, I'm not even worried about it. But no, you're not. What you're doing is saying really nice and information. I'm gonna turn this down because I truly feel the echo. Is that better? Yeah, it must have been a. I don't know what. I don't know what's going on. All right. So my next question is, um, you do a lot of meal planning, and people do meal planning different ways.
Right.
How talk to people? Let's talk to the audience about you know meal planning.
Yes. So, meal planning is really, it's been game changing for me. Like honestly, it's something that, okay, in the beginning of my journey, after I had lost the 60 plus pounds that I did, my oldest daughter at that time, she was in sports and she volunteered in a lot of different clubs in school. So for anyone who's a sports mom here, you know that that is like you're living in the car, and you're constantly on the go. You're taking them to their competitions. You're taking them to, all the things that are related to those things. I had my toddler at the time who was 1 or 2 years old. And, she was very clingy. I was trying to cook every single day, um, because that's how I was brought up. I cook since I was 14 years old. That's something my grandmother taught me, my mama taught me. Um, so it was very hard to cook every single day when you had all of those things going on and you had to take this rambunctious toddler with you who didn't want to be strapped to a seatbelt for a long period of time. For those of you who have small ones, sometimes we had to wait in the car because they would come out at a different time than what they mentioned. So it was very, very stressful. Okay. And if you just think about, so many people in society who struggle with maintaining weight, that's the biggest struggle right there. It's not just about losing the weight, but once you get to your goal, now the hard work begins. Like you have to maintain that weight. So you have to have a lifestyle where you are doing this constantly in order to keep that weight off, right? And
Mhm,
all the other symptoms that were you didn't want to come back. So I turned to, again, starting my research. I've always been a researcher. How could I continue cooking at home where I didn't have to cook every single day? Um, and I was not going to be eating out or getting food delivered because I knew that if I was going to do that, I would gain all that weight back. And I worked too hard at this time, at this point. So that wasn't an option for me. So I found information in different places, resources about meal planning. And I said, you know what? I'm going to give this a try. I know this is going to be a lot of work,
mhm,
but I have to do this. So I started there. You know, the method that I chose for me that I thought it was a lot of work and it still is to this day was batch cooking. So that is where you cook like almost all of your meals for the week or most of the meals for the week. Um, I chose that because I didn't have the option of cooking every single day and being in the kitchen with, all of those things happening. So I just went, got my sleeves rolled up and got my feet, dirty, my hands dirty. And that's what I started doing. So I planned my meals, a lot of trial, a lot of mistakes, a lot of errors, but I got my kids involved in the kitchen with me. The two older ones.
mhm,
And that helped me to save a lot of time. It helped me to delegate different responsibilities to them, and it also got them involved in eating healthier as well because they are putting in a lot of effort, so they are more apt to tasting the food um when they're involved in it than when they're not.
mhm,
So, now this is year 5 of meal planning and prepping every single week, no matter what's happening in our lifetime, lifestyle that's happening because I know that the alternatives is putting on the weight because I'm eating out, getting food delivered, not cooking. So there's no other options. We have to eat. So you have to strategically eat. That's something else that came evolving. It's not just any meals now. Once you learn how to plan, it's about strategically planning your meals in accordance to your specific goals. If it's to lose weight, to maintain weight, to build muscle mass, to gain weight for some people, which is very rare, but it's specific to that to those goals. And the program that I mentioned actually shows you how to do this. The meal planning. It's not just, regular meal planning. So that's basically in a nutshell how I started meal planning and prepping, and it's where I've stayed and maintained, and what I teach my clients how to do as well, and it's been a game changer.
Well, that's what she taught me was the meal planning, and I'm gonna still say that I struggle.
Mm-hmm.
I truly still struggle with that, but I am much better at that than I was before. Um,
Yes.
how does exercise fit into all of this plan?
Oh, exercise was my missing puzzle piece because I was all about nutrition, mostly all about nutrition because that's what I specialized in. So nutrition is the 80% along with the mindset, okay? Um as I started getting older, right, in my 40s, that was what, 2.5, 3 years ago. Yes.
Oh, it's gonna pay. Hallelujah.
Oh gosh, Anna, you crack me up. um, yes. So in my 40s, I I was still eating clean. I was, practicing what I teach. I was walking the walk, right? But I started noticing with my busy lifestyle as an entrepreneur mom, I had a lot of client work that required being on the computer just as I am right now. Like it was virtual. My business is virtual. So I'm constantly sitting down. So I started getting sedentary. And since before teaching, now it's been at that point 10 years, I hadn't been able to get back to my fitness routine. So I knew that I had to get out of being sedentary. And at that point, I was starting to get body aches and pains in my early 40s, which I hadn't started experiencing in my 30s or anything like that.
Mhm.
So I knew that if I didn't do something at that point, in 10 years from now, like it was not going to, it was, I had to do something now because what I did now was going to impact the next 10 years. So that's where fitness started for me. And it's really something because I had this as a goal of mine
Mhm.
when I in my early 40s. I had written it down, but I wasn't actually looking for anything, but it was a godsend, like honestly, for anyone who's spiritual and believes in God and faith and how he orders everything. He put this specific system on my path, which included um, the fitness portion that I was missing. It included the meal planning, which I had been doing, but it was a lot easier than I had learned it myself. It included the my own coach because I also had a coach, something that I needed in order for me to stay consistent and learn this new
Mhm.
habit. I had to learn this myself all over again. So I needed a coach. This system had the coach as well for me. It had the group support and accountability, which I didn't have myself in my own
Mhm.
life, and it also had the mindset portion. So God placed this in my path, literally, um, and I'm just grateful because in 1 year I went from zero workouts or sporadic workouts here and there. The
Mhm.
most I could really be consistent on a fitness routine was 2 weeks, no more than 2 weeks. I went from zero workouts to the first program I started was 6 days a week, 45 minutes a day. Like that was the first program, and it was 13 weeks. And from that program, I graduated onto other ones. Right now, like working out is like brushing my teeth. I
Mm-hmm.
can't go a day without it. So it's a lifestyle skill that you learn, but you need to have specific ingredients. If you don't have those ingredients, your recipe for success is not going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And all of it is in here. So it's necessary because as we're getting older, Anna, I know a lot of people don't look at it this way, or they're not educated on this, because I wasn't either. They don't see and understand the impact that fitness and movement of your body has on the quality of your life. We need to build muscle mass as we're getting older. That's why so many of us in our older ages, we fall and we break things, and many people, it's tragic for them. They actually pass away from simple falls, and that's because they don't have muscle mass on them that
Mm-hmm.
holds up the body. So it's really, really important. It's important for stress management. It's important for all kinds of prevention of different diseases. It's really necessary. It's necessary. And it decreases the aging of us and our cells as well. So that's why so many who are fitter, they look younger as well. It's really, really important.
Yeah, I would agree with you because, I do the YouTube thing on motivational movement. And the reason that I do that is because I want people to know that they can move. It
Yes.
doesn't matter how you move as long as you move,
Yes.
and that keeps you young and healthy
Yes.
as much as possible. A lot of people are shocked because they really don't know how old I am because
Right.
I am up in age, but I try to stay active. I try to,
Yes.
what that's what I try to do. So let me ask you this one: how would people go and um, how would they get in contact with you? I know you put this on here, so tell them that.
Yes. So right now I'm on different social platforms. Unfortunately, my oh gosh, I gave that long thing.
Yeah,
Oh Lord. I'll try to fix it after. um I apologize, guys.
that's okay.
Oh
The
Lord.
thing of it is,
Yes.
that's the website. But if you could, and then you could explain it to them. You just block out,
Yes. Oh
and
my
block
gosh.
all of them out. But it's okay. It's all good. It's
Yes.
all good.
I'll try to cut out each one and then probably put it separately. Maybe that'll be better.
Yeah.
Um
Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
But she does. Oh, this is the other thing I wanted to. She prepares meals for just
Yes.
to kind of tell us about how you, where they can, get in touch with you for to see your
Cooking show.
broadcast on
Yes.
and is it on Facebook and Instagram or just
I I do it mostly on Facebook. I try to do both, but it doesn't work out all the time because I have one device.
oh, okay. So you need to. I've been trying to do my stuff on both of them too, but um, she does the meal uh planning, and um, it's one other thing that you do that I think is so unique. Just tell us about the meal plan. It might come back to me. I do have
Okay.
senior mom.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I do too. Oh
Okay.
goodness. So on my Facebook fan page, it's actually very small right now because unfortunately Anna knows about this. My Facebook profiles were disabled early this year. So I had to start from scratch everything. So my Facebook fan page is called Healthy Living with Janice. If you just write that out, dash moms eating well, losing weight, staying fit, um you would find that on here. So you can go ahead and follow me there. I do weekly cooking shows that I'm starting to relaunch. I was having them on weekly, but things have happened and I haven't been able to get on there. But I've started the cooking shows. I do clean recipe demos. So I'm talking about no refined sugars, no refined flours, none of that on there. And basically that came from, again, me putting in the work when my smallest one was a picky eater and I had to find ways of putting veggies into the meals. So I would make mostly baked goods that were cleaner and healthier for her to, you know, develop that palette of vegetables in her, getting into her system, which really really helped. Now she's not picky anymore. She's 6 years old. So that recipe cooking show came and was born from that. Okay, so that's when I started that a few years ago. What else? I have motivation, inspiration that I share on their tips. um so you can go ahead and follow me there. I have my regular Facebook profile, which is also new. That one is Janice Vilorio Coach. If you look me up there, you can find me there. And that's where you can find me. I don't know if Anna, if you want to speak a little bit about the one of my programs that you mentioned here, but coming soon, I also am going to be having a private Facebook group that all got shut down. The ones I had in the past. So you can stay tuned for that. I'll be announcing that sometime this month. For launching it in June, and it'll be all about holistic weight loss and a healthy lifestyle change.
Okay. So your savory meal
Oh yes.
spot, Janice. Tell
Okay.
us a little bit about that as well.
Okay, yes. So I forgot to mention that one. That was one of my other services. So um that is a done for you customized meal planning service that I have. I learned how to do this on my own again from many different difficulties that we ourselves had in our family. Um we have all the dynamics. Like I have my oldest daughter is vegan. We are not vegan. We went from being completely carnivores since we started on this journey till now we're pescatarian. So we eat mostly a Mediterranean style diet with fish, seafood only, no meat, and a lot of vegetables and plants. Okay. So if you just think about those two dynamics, that's like on both ends of the spectrum, right? How do we all eat, right? So we have that. We have my smallest who was a picky eater. She's not anymore. And then we have my husband who is he has dietary restrictions because he had a diagnosis just a few years ago of an autoimmune condition and he can't eat specific foods. So we have to find how we are all going to eat the same food in this house. That's how that came.
Oh my
you
God.
know so I had to find a way. How are we all gonna eat the same food where everyone's restrictions, everyone's diet is going, their needs are gonna be met, and we're all eating healthy, clean foods. That I can maintain my weight, that my daughters are gonna be healthy, my husband is gonna be healthy, and that service was born right at 2020 in the quarantine. So I actually plan out you and your family's meals for you in a span of 3 months or 6 months or 9 months, depending on what you choose. Um, and it's tailored to you, like what foods you like, what foods your family don't like, what specific goals you have. If you're looking to lose weight, maintain weight, gain muscle mass, whatever that is, it's tailored to you. This is a one-to-one service. It's not a group service because it's really, really intense. It's very tedious for me. It's a process that's very tedious for me because it has so many different details. But again, that was a struggle that came. It was born from that struggle, and that's really what it has been about.
Okay. All right. Well, Shanta,
Hey, Shonda.
she said this is really good. I have to go. Long day at work.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, thanks for the invite and for being a guest on your show.
Thank
Oh,
you
she's
so
welcome.
much.
That's great information. Um, she has a lot to share, a lot to offer, and I always tell people my program or my podcast is about, well, at least my guests,
Yes.
about ordinary people doing extraordinary things. And so we always hear the bad, and we need to hear some positive things that's going on. I know Janice did not tell you where she's from, but she is not local. She does stay in New Jersey,
Yes.
but she has blessed us and she's blessed me. She's a good friend of mine. And don't get me wrong, we do fuss, you know.
Yes. Yes. We do. Yes.
But she is really good people. This is Tina. She said that is exactly what I needed to hear today. I am so glad that
Yes.
you hopped on, and thank you so much for joining us. She has so much to offer us. Now, before we leave, I'm going to ask her: is there anything that you would like to share with the audience?
Okay. I shared a little bit about just sometimes we feel like for all of us who are on just any journey in life in general, right? We things get really, really difficult. And we sort of look at this as, you know, this is my stop sign, right? Because life has thrown so many difficult circumstances my way. That means that I need to stop here. I need to give up. Um, and that's not how you should be looking at it, right? Everything is about perspective. One thing that I've learned myself from many of the coaches myself that I've had mindset coaches that I've hired in the past. I owe a lot of the things that I've learned to different people because, even though I've done a lot of research on my own and gone out, it came from different people. And I had to piece all of this together. And what you see here today, due to the struggles, is we have to get refined. In order to get to the freedom that we're looking for, a lot of times we try to forego the struggle. Like we don't want to, and that's all coming from fear and up here, right? Right, Anna?
Hmm.
It's all stemming from fear. So we have to shift our perspective and we have to start making decisions based on not where we currently are right now, but based on where we want to be. So if we think about, let's say, for example, if you invest in an education, right, in a college education,
Hmm.
you invest in that because at the end of that process, you're going to get that education and that degree, right? We have to think the same way for our life circumstances, our situations, and we have to have a plan in place. If we're just dreaming about where we want to be, but we don't have that plan, life is going to take us where life is going to take us. We have to steer life in the direction that we want it to go and have faith, right? Faith and prayer is really has been a game changer. This past year, I've been through so many different things in my life, and it's only been through really diving back into God, which has turned into the center of everything. And He's going to do things that you never saw possible.
Yeah, I will agree. I always I just put it in the hands of the Lord. I try not to worry about it. and he
Yes.
seems to come through every time. So I am very spiritual,
Yes.
um, and I do want to thank you
Yes. Thank
for
you, Anna.
coming on. It has been such a pleasure, and to my audience, I just want to say, I hope that in some way we have inspired you.
Yes. Yes.
Some way, I hope that we have encouraged you, and I hope that we have empowered you to live a healthier lifestyle. And so, as I sign off, it's a few things. I wanted to let you know that the CTR Media Network is having a conference in Atlanta. It is this weekend. If you're in that area by now, it might be sold out. I don't know. The last thing I know, it was two or three tickets. But
Oh,
if you're in the area, they're going to be doing the live broadcast, and they have some special guests there. Unfortunately, I could not go, so am here. But I'm there in spirit because
right.
I did participate. I'm in the swag bag thing, so I donated a few things, and she is wearing my jewelry.
Oh. That's right. Represent.
She is wearing my
Yes.
dad's jewelry. Okay, so
Oh,
I
goodness.
just had to put that in there. But also, next month, hopefully, for the month of May, I'm trying to do spirituality. So I'll
Yes.
be talking about the different aspects, and I hope to have a pastor come on and speak um, about, like I said, the extraordinary. The person that I've had is an entrepreneur. She's also a pastor. She's done many things. I don't want to say her name because she hasn't filled out the paperwork yet.
Oh.
But uh, I did see her this morning, and she saw me because she does the program.
Okay.
And she said, I'm going to get you today.
Uh,
So, I do understand because we all have a busy schedule. And,
yes.
it's just a part of working together so that we can get something done. But she is definitely one of those ordinary people who are doing extraordinary things. And so I would love to share her story as well. So I'm going to leave you with my three L's. My
Yes.
three L's. You want
Mm-hmm.
to live the life. Make sure that you live your life to the fullest. Do those things that make you happy,
Yes.
and you'll have a fulfilling life. Plus, it'll help you be healthy. The second thing is you want to laugh. Make sure that you laugh. Find some way in your life that you can bring laughter because laughter is good for the soul.
Mm-hmm.
And it does help you feel better. But most important, don't forget to laugh about yourself. You see tonight
Right.
what we do. Okay, because it's okay. It's
Mm-hmm.
okay. You're human, and we can do all those things and still feel good about ourselves. And then
Yes.
the last thing I always want to say is love.
Yes.
And love, it's very hard to love everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But I always say my grandmother said you can love everyone, baby, but you can do it with a long wooden spoon.
Oh.
And so I just want to pass that on to you about love. Because, in the Bible, it says you should love everyone. And,
Yes.
but, just keep that in mind, what my grandmother said. And most important, you want to love yourself. That's the most important person because self love, there's nothing like self love. So
Mm-hmm.
remember that. And so I want to thank you all for joining us this evening. And would you like to say goodbye?
Thank you. Or for anyone who had any questions, don't worry. I will get back to you. And for Anna as well, if you had any questions, I really, really appreciate everyone for taking their time out tonight. And spending it with us. We know you could have done anything else, but you took the time to be here. So I really appreciate you all. Love you all. And I really want to thank you. Please make sure that you follow Anna, her podcast, her show. She is amazing and she does so many different things, but she blesses so many people.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So, all right. Well, we are going to tell you uh, farewell.
Thank you. Thank you,
Great.
Anna. It was a
You're welcome,
pleasure.
sweetie. I will talk to you later, and I will be sending you your copy.
Okay.